Well, hello everyone.
Hi.
You can see we're right here together. We're back again from across the seas. Good to see you, Grandma.
Good to see you.
Well, we're back again and still talking about movies. Before we start watching some new movies, we thought we would catch up on one that we didn't get a chance to talk about in all of our FaceTiming and such, which was Mission Impossible Fallout, which is the most recent of the Mission Impossible series, which stars Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt, the head of the Impossible Missions team. And again, they have another impossible mission, Grandma, this time involving 3 plutonium cores, which again could be used to make atomic bombs, which, no, that's not good. The terrorists are going to get them, etc., etc.
Right.
So they set up a thing where they're going to try and buy them from the bad guys that have them. Mm-hmm. It doesn't work out, unfortunately, and these other bad guys, this terrorist group, still has these plutonium cores, and they have to try and get them. And so things they thought were just simple are just going to get more and more complicated, and they go from one end of the world to the other, and they're chasing people, and they're,
Mission Impossible.
It seems pretty impossible there for a while. They get joined by a couple of people. One, Rebecca Ferguson, who plays this British agent who we saw in the last Mission Impossible film. She has her own motivations as to her situation here, and so she's sort of for them and then a little bit against them, and it's a little complicated. Also, Henry Cavill, who we know from Superman in the the DC movies recently, is a CIA agent who is attached to Tom Cruise's team because they don't quite trust them. They think that they actually could be double agents and actually be bad guys, which, Tom Cruise is not.
So he's there to check them out.
Yeah, but we know Tom Cruise is not going to be a bad guy. But they don't know that, they put this guy, and he's watching them, and I don't know. So again, it gets really complicated. So, Grandma, what did you think of the film?
I enjoyed it thoroughly. The Mission Impossible films in the past have been full of interesting situations and dangerous situations for our hero, Tom Cruise, and this movie was the same. In the trailer, they always show him hanging off of this helicopter on a cord, and that was just the beginning of it. I really enjoyed the helicopter chase. He was after this very important part that they had to have to stop the nuclear disaster, and he was driving this helicopter after this other bad. Anyway, it was very, very exciting.
All the stunts are very realistic.
I know.
It's not a lot of special effects.
And one of his big deals as a movie actor is that he does the stunts himself.
His own stunts.
He doesn't want any double in there. No, this is Tom Cruise doing this thing. And
again, people may actually recall he got injured in this film,
his ankle?
and something like that, and they had to delay the film several weeks, if not months.
I saw an interview with him, and he said he broke it jumping from one building to another. I thought, okay, he didn't just stumble over a log or something.
So what else did you like about it?
I liked the team. It's always interesting to see his team come together to work on, whatever the problem is. They come up with some way to go undercover to, figure out the technical problem here and work it. Another thing that I really, this is my mama coming out in me, or my grandma, is actually, at the end of the film, he was in the hospital recovering from his wounds. You know, all of the things, some movies that we've seen, you know, they go through all kinds of stuff and come out without even a scratch on the forehead, you know, and you think, now, a real honest-to-goodness human being wouldn't be able to do that,
Right.
you know. But this time, he was there and recovering, and I thought, that's realistic, and I like that. I liked the fact that they showed that he actually had received some wounds in all of the action that he came through. But the story was really interesting. The teamwork of his team was interesting. The problem was interesting. You know, the mission that they had.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think?
Well, on whole, I would have to say I recommend it. It's a good film. Again, the stunts are incredible. You're not going to see anything like it. Again, because it's just like one tops the other through the whole film.
So you just hold your breath the whole time.
You can't believe some of the things that they're doing. Again, especially Tom Cruise. I mean, some of the others do some stunts, but again, it's almost mostly Tom Cruise. So again, all of that is just worth seeing, you know, on the big screen. All the things that are going on. The story again is interesting. Again, all the different characters that some of the bad guys and you know, and the team again all work together. They have again Simon Pegg and Ving Rhames sort of are a little bit of comic relief in some ways because they can't believe what Tom Cruise is doing a lot of the time.
Yes.
I have to say though, there's one thing that in this film that I just really didn't like, and it sort of put me off a bit.
Oh.
And I'm going to break our rule, Grandma.
Yes.
Of not telling how the film ends.
Okay.
Because the film's ending is what really I did not like at all. Now, it's not that this sort of an ending is you know, it's not at all new, but which is basically they have a bomb, okay, and it's counting down. Is the bomb going to go off? Are they going to stop it?
Not if you can get this thing.
And they have to get, and it goes right down to the last. And then of course, there's an atom bomb. It's not going to go off, and you know Tom Cruise is going to save the day. So I'm not spoiling it too much for you to tell you that they stop the bomb and it doesn't go off. But it's just that's an ending that they have in so many films, and they've actually I think even had in some of the Mission Impossible films, if not one of them, two of them, and
the very last.
And again. When it came down to that, and the whole last sequence of the film was the bomb was going to go off, and where are they going to stop the bomb? Again, and the way they all did it wasn't terribly original. I mean, you would think that with a very common sort of cliched ending to a film like that they would at least come up with something that's a little different, a little original, but they don't. And
he's hanging off the cliff on his.
That I just didn't like at all. Again, they could have come up with a better ending than that. And for that, again, I think the movie before this one was actually better than this one. But again, that's just my preference.
In the Mission Impossible series.
Yes, the one that was before this one. But you know, it's still a good film. You should still go see it. What would your ranking here be, Grandma?
I think this is a thumb and a half.
Well, that's the first.
A thumb and a half.
That's a first. We haven't had
better than just a thumb.
Okay, we haven't had a thumb and a half
before.
before.
Not a double thumb, which is the super movie that I really, really like. So it's a thumb and a half. How's that for a rating?
You might as well.
But go and see it. You will enjoy it.
Yes, you will.
It's very, very interesting. And Tom Cruise, good for him. does his Tom Cruise stuff. He is.
Yes. Well, again, for his sake, I think they should give him a little break for a few years, let him heal up, and then try another one.
Well, his girlfriend was there patting his hand in the hospital.
Yeah, well.
So she had forgiven him.
Yeah, okay.
Again.
Well, we'll be back with some newer movies, hopefully soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye.